Hey guys, what's up? Tyler here, and in today's video I want to talk about why I think the iPad Air 2019 makes a pretty good device for editing video. And so I got this iPad about a month or so ago, and previously I was using an iPad 4, first one with the Retina display. I was using it just for some basic stuff, watching a few things on YouTube. I was using for music sheets like PDFs. And I decided, I want something that's going to be a little bit more useful to me that I can actually use and implement in my production. As far as really anything, note-taking, calendar events, as well as consuming media and video production. And so I decided to go with the iPad Air rather than the iPad Pro because I wasn't interested in spending like $700-800, $900 till you get the Apple Pencil and, $1,000 till you get a couple accessories and a smart keyboard case. It all adds up. So instead, I went with the iPad Air 3. Now, this might be a separate video, but I know everybody said, go for the 2017 10.5-inch iPad Pro. It's cheaper and it's basically the same thing. I just wanted something new. I didn't want to try to chase down a good, nice, used version of that iPad. I'll make a separate video for that if I decide to expand upon my thoughts and my reasoning why I got this. So I went with the iPad Air 3. And I got the baseline. I didn't get any crazy expanded storage. And I also did get the Apple Pencil with it. Because, if you're going to get an iPad to use for production, you need to get the Apple Pencil because it's going to make life 10 times easier. And this is the first gen Apple Pencil. The second gen does not work with the iPad Air line, only the iPad Pro. But I got this, and I'm using this mostly for business. And so I decided, hey, you know what? Let's try editing a video on this iPad. And so the previous video that you watched on this channel was actually edited on this iPad Air, and it actually was pretty smooth. I could edit in like real time, scrubbing through my timeline. It wasn't jittery, and playback was smooth, and I could easily cut and move clips around. And the nice thing about this is that it's just so portable, and I can literally edit anywhere, wherever, on the couch, up here, in the car, on an airplane. And it literally, with the Apple Pencil inside the case, you got to get a case that holds the Apple Pencil because you're going to lose it. I almost lost mine before I got this case. This is the amount of room it takes up right here. And all of your editing can be done right here. Now, that being said, file management on the iPad and iOS in general still leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, that's an issue as far as, an iPad completely replacing a laptop. You do need to buy a adapter, lightning port adapter with a USB card reader, because you can download your files like through Dropbox, but there's also a limit to like file size, and it's not super easy. Using a card reader is so much better, it's so much more quicker, and this only cost me like 15 bucks, if that. I'll link it on Amazon down below. But you just plug it in your iPad, open up your Photos app, go to the Import tab and select what you want to import, then open iMovie, start your project or whatever editor you want to use, and start editing. And so the file management, and you can work through it. And if you have files that you use a lot, like a lot of vloggers do, and a lot of people in general who edit on YouTube, you have the same intro, couple background songs you usually use on a nice rotation, any lower thirds, icons for social media, all that stuff can be saved in a specific folder on your iPad, and you can easily have them queued up, ready to go, and just drag them and drop them onto your timeline. Now, it isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It's not perfect to edit video on the iPad Air. You aren't going to get nearly as fast export times on the iPad Air, obviously, compared to the iPad Pro. And I'm actually going to edit this video on the iPad, and I'll let you know down in the video here how long it's going to take to actually export this, edit and export it. I don't foresee editing taking too long, but the export times are where you're going to maybe see a little bit of a constraint. And a lot of people might say, how are you going to edit video accurately without an actual mouse? Well, I was actually quite surprised at how easy it is to edit with the Apple Pencil. And iMovie, like I said, that's all I've used. It's pretty easy. You can zoom in, zoom out on your track or your clip that you want to edit, and you're just clicking where you need to. You can drag and scrub through your footage, There's options to trim, cut, delete, move, whatever you want to do, and it's pretty quick. Obviously, I'm going to be quicker on a desktop or something that has keyboard shortcuts with a mouse with 15 different buttons on it. You're sacrificing all that for convenience and just portability. And so that's going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you guys think about editing video on the iPad Air or really any iPad. And let me know if you've actually tried editing on an iPad, whether it's the iPad Air, the new just generic iPad, the iPad mini, or the iPad Pro, and how it stacks up compared to a desktop or a laptop. I'll be honest, I like editing on a desktop more. I'm much faster, can do a lot more things, but this is so much more convenient if you just want to go somewhere and edit or sit on the couch and edit, and you can just pick up, start editing, shut it, go do something else, quickly resume. Convenience and portability is the real winner here, and if that's good enough for you and you're not doing crazy 15 different layer editing a video, this might be worth considering if you're a vlogger or really anybody on YouTube who's editing video. And so thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, leave a thumbs up. Social links are all down in the description below. Twitter, Facebook, hit me up, Tyler Miller TV. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.